Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at a figure that I have wanted for ages. Probably ever since it came out. That was in 2016. This is February 2022, and it is Maketoys Iron Will. Here he is, and let's talk about him. Uh, Here he is. He is a big H-tank thing, because futuristic H-tank thing, uh, and I really like it. Uh, I'm gonna show you. I don't know. Just gonna talk about vehicle mode, show you transformation, talk about transformation and robot mode. Same stuff. And there's some accessories for him, and they're on my side. I'll grab them. Two guns. There's another one that is stored on him, and so there are two guns, and just regular old guns. I don't know, nothing really special to talk about. Them don't really resemble a real world firearm or anything, but whatever. um, so there are two holes, one here, one here. So just gonna peg it in right there. And this one, it is connected by a slot to this block, this green piece. So you want to put your finger underneath of it, or at least that's what I do, and then push the gun on, or push the gun in, like so. So there. It's a little loose. But so yeah, this, I couldn't really call it a tank because these two guns can't go up, can't go to the side. This one can a little bit, just because the hole's a little bit bigger, but this one can go full 180, well, more than 180. Can swivel, can hinge in and out. That's all the articulation for that. The actual cockpit and turret itself can go like this. Not full 360, just that much, about like 30 degrees. And I really like it. It's big, it's hefty, it's got rubber treads. They don't turn very well, or at all even, because the rubber sticks to the plastic wheels and they just can't turn it. The rubber grabs everything. So, whatever. And I just really like this guy's alt mode, and this is Iron Will is supposed to be Maketoys' take on a masterpiece hardhead. So the headmaster, if you didn't know that, so that's really what you see is what you get, because this vehicle mode definitely shows off what it is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like some like assault battle tank, whatever it's supposed to be, futuristic battle tank, assault vehicle, whatever it's supposed to be. It definitely shows that there's a lot of detail. So let's just get into the transformation. So gonna take the guns off, and we're just gonna flip that down for the handles for him in robot mode. Pull that off there. So you might have heard it rattling around. Open up the cockpit, and here is the headmaster, and the alternate face stores right in there. And that is, I'll just pull it out really quick. I don't know how well it's going to hold in there while I'm transforming Iron Will. But this one is the mouth face from the Headmaster cartoon, the Japanese Headmaster cartoon, and I guess the Rebirth G1 American Rebirth episode Hardhead, but he doesn't have the dome for the head, so whatever. So this is the little Headmaster. Either it's Hardhead himself or Duros, I'm pretty sure. So just to so he's got ball jointed shoulders and hips, and then he's got a deep knee bend to do a transformation, and then a little elbow. So, and light piping. You can see the little brick of light piping in there. So, gonna transform, and you can get an ab crunch out of him due to transformation. There's this triangular peg that goes into this triangular hole. Peg those together, straighten out the arms, and there are these two little pegs back there, and they'll go into those slots in the shoulder, and just crinkle him up, and there's his head. And then you might have to straighten his arms out. So, and then you bring that up, obviously. And so, yeah, there he is. I have the mouth plate version on, mouth plate face on him. All you need to do is just pull it off. There are 4 little holes, 4 little pegs. Then you just peg it on, like so. And you know, this face isn't bad, the mouth face, so if you were to buy this like secondhand and it just had this face on it and not the with it, let go, thank you. Just have this face on it, the mouth face and not the mouth plate face. It still looks good, just I personally prefer the mouth plate. But if buying this thing secondhand on like eBay or someplace, and it just has this face, and you are passing this thing up just because it doesn't have the mouth plate face, you are missing out, and I don't know, we got bigger problems. So I'll put this off the side. No, I'll just put it back in here because you see those 2 walls, I guess you could say. Just put it in like that. It'll sit sort of like this. And we will see if that falls out or starts rattling around inside of here when we transform him. So, let's go ahead, close that up. And now we can get to transformation. So, I did not read the instructions because I just remembered roughly how this guy transformed from playing with the Titans Return figure for ages and watching MGo's video on this. That's where I got the lust for this figure. So this may not be per the instructions. I'm just going to show you how I transform him. Come back here, untab that, because there, oh yeah, it just came out. So that doesn't really hold this in too well. So now I will set this off to the side. Close that up. So there are 2 slots. So 2 slots, 2 tabs. Untab it, and then wiggle this free from its tab and slot connection. Bring the leg out 1 click, then you angle in at the ankle tilt, bring it around, and just close it up. Now you will bring that out, and then flip this piece in, like so. And then you will angle this ratchet in, and now you can pull this out and close this up. And this tab right here will go into this it's all black. I can hardly show you this tab. I can hardly see it looking through the camera. This tab there, that's right above my finger, and that little tab will go on there. So now close that back up, click that back into place, and straighten that back out. So you just repeat that. Bring out leg from tab and slot, angle foot in, swivel around, open, angle up, pull out, swing around, close that little piece up, click back into place, bring that in, close up, and then these two panels, well, one panel on each leg, and it just closes up that gap. Sometimes I forget that. Not the most important thing in the world, unless you don't like gaps, then it's important. So now we go to the front. We work on the front. Just gonna move the gun down here, and what I like to do is untab the front treads and then swivel them out like this, and now you can just open them up. And now do the same thing, swivel them out like that, and then you can bring that down. Now I untab this from those two tabs in those two slots, get these out of the way, and now we swivel all the turret all the way around. And now we will move this little gray piece down and swivel it around. Most of the time I did get it to go around the right way. Most of the time I just move this green piece out of the way and then swivel it around. I just do it like that. I just think it's easier. And now just orient it like this. Oh, like so. So now we can bring this green piece up and in, and now we can bring his legs down. Flip out these plates that will become the heels. And now we can stand him, and it will make life a lot easier. So now we'll straighten the camera out so we can see. We'll bring these pieces into here where my finger is. Swivel this down, bring that in, and now we will do this with the gun. Angle it like so. And now we can slide it across. Well, no. That's not how you do it with the gun. Just figure out the best way to get it out of the way for this to slide. Then it will come down and clamp right there on the side. Now we can straighten this out. Ready to come down over his shoulder. Now this one, you flip down, hinge in, and it will go into that gap right there. So now we come up front. Come on, hips. So now we will hinge these down and now bring the treads back up, which will become the arms. Bring that down, swivel that up, then bring all of this down. What's in the way? Oh, this thing, it's like a gap filler. Oh. This piece is like a gap filler, so it moves forward, then you move back. So bring this down, scoot him back a little bit. Now I like to just angle the arm, and you extend it, and now you open up this panel, and the fist, I don't know if it's supposed to go like this or like this. I don't know, I just put it in like this. So I like to get my fingernail in that slot, pull it out, and then swivel it around. And now you just close that back up. Straighten his arm out a little bit. And now the same thing for the other side. Open that up, pull out the fist, swivel it around, and then close this up. So just straightening everything out now. And you can adjust the shoulders if you want them all the way out. I just like them more inward like this. So now you take his head, then you plug it into that square hole, and bam. There you have Maketoys Iron Will. And I really, really like this guy. I have wanted this guy for ages, and ages. And now I have him, and I love him. I just love him. And I am almost glad I've waited this long, and I will cherish this figure for a long time to come, because I have gotten a piece, not a piece, just a figure that I have wanted for a very, very long time. So I don't know. So his guns, they're like this dovetail joint in like carpentry or whatever, and it'll go in these little slots in the gun handle. How it looks like a little, I don't know, dovetail. Then you just slot it into his hand. And now he's got his guns. He's got his like shoulder gun, and then he's got his two handheld guns. So yeah, I really, really like this guy. There are a few little things, as you could tell, a couple of the times that I was trying to stand him up to keep him so I could work on his upper, like his arms. The ankles just like to fall forward. That might be because just there's a lot of mass up here. Those are still fairly stiff joints, but I bet it's just because there's a lot of mass up here. Because this guy's heavy. He's huge and he's heavy. This is the Lio Prime that I reviewed the other day, and he's a Voyager, and he goes up to here on him. So he's like old leader scale. A little bit shorter than old leader scale, even. He's like as tall as like Cybertron leader Metroplex. And that was maybe more abnormally sized leader for that time. I don't know. But he's big. He is big and he is hefty. He is basically a modern, quote unquote, Unicron trilogy. He's got nice ratchets. No ratchets in the arms, but really, you really need the ratchets in the legs, because the legs are supporting all of the weight of the robot. So I can, and he's got that weight of a Unicron trilogy figure. He's got that more simplistic style. He's not like super complex like a lot of like quite a few third-party figures. He's fun. He is nice and hefty. He's got ratchets. The plastic is good. Just a couple small little, not even gripes or nitpicks, just little teeny tiny things to mention, is that when you bend the elbow, there's not too much substance. It just looks like, this. which that's not too bad. It used to get to me, but now it doesn't. The knee is the same thing. Doesn't get to me anymore. And when you move his arm up, there's not too much tabbing the chest in, so that can kind of untab itself a little bit. But really, those are really, really small things. I can't hardly even gripe to me. And I just really, really like this guy. And he was such, I don't even know like what to say. He was everything that I expected, and I really, really like him. And I'm glad that he is my first third-party figure that I own. Head is on a swivel, can be angled down due to the way it's engineered. There's some like thing. There's like a hinge where the head tilts. Due to the way that the waist is molded, he can't get it too far out. You can angle it a little bit more to get it a little further out, but it's not too bad. And obviously, due to his transformation, he's got pretty good hips, good shoulders, obviously pretty good ankle tilts. Forward is pretty good too. But so he's definitely posable, and I have posed him. I have a lot of fun posing figures. What's going on? I have a lot of fun posing figures, and I really, really like it. He is not shy of any articulation that you cannot put him in a pose. What is going on? I don't know. And I really, really like that because I have a lot of fun posing figures, and for a figure that I have wanted for a very, very long time, it just increases that for me. And since he's a headmaster, the headmasters had a gimmick where you put the head on and it would make the stats. It's called the split strint, I think. That's in their chest, and it would show the stats of them. He obviously doesn't have the gimmick built into him, but he has the idea of it. So, I don't, there's no like abbreviations for any of those. There are just barely some numbers written in there, but no abbreviations. So I can't say what he is strongest at. I bet his speed's probably low. His intelligence is probably, I don't know, mid, and his strength is probably the highest. I don't know because I don't own the G1 toy, and I don't know. I just don't know his stats. But so yeah. I really, really enjoy this guy. He's an older figure, like I said, 2016, around 2016. Older, obviously not oldest or old by any means, but I guess an older figure by 2022. But I really, really like him. He doesn't have that abnormally large parts count. He just has one face and two guns. So he's not like MP52, MP45, whatever. The new Masterpiece Optimus, the new Masterpiece Starscream, where you have a bazillion accessories to store or whatever. He just got his gun, he's got another face. And I really, really like that. And I really, really like how this guy's done. On Big Bad Toy Store and TF Source, he is $90. Well, $89, but $90. And I think I got this one. This was a gift, and it was purchased on the Black Friday for TF Source, and it was $69, I think. So this guy, he went from being like $150 to $90. a 40% discount, 40% sale, and still TF Source and Big Bad Toy Store still have this guy. So if you don't want to start a masterpiece collection, if you don't want to start even a masterpiece collection, just straight up buy this figure because he's fun, simple, he's imposing because he's so incredibly big and heavy, and he's fun to pose. I don't know what he runs on the secondary market, but all I have to say is that of all the figures that I have truly reviewed on this channel, he would be one to recommend. Like, if you truly want to buy it, it's not like going in for like a new $300 masterpiece or $200 third party. It is basically Commander class. This is Commander class. It's not as big as Commander class, but it is roughly the same price at this point in time. And he has the quality, he has the transformation, and he has, I don't know. And so not even bringing in the fact that I have wanted this figure, I will love this figure. It's just a good deal at the time. And it was probably a good deal for $150 as well. But and going into 2022, I think at my head right now, the only competitor to keep him from number one, to keep him from my new 2022, from my top 10 2022 list, whenever I do it, from in like 12 or in like 11 months, 10, 11 months, might be just the Legacy Cybertron Metroplex. I think that's the only thing that might stop him from getting number one. Slammer, Studio Series Thrust, I really, really like them. They'll probably take first and second and third place, but there's gotta be something. Either it's gonna be some really, really old G1 Brave. I really like Brave, or at least Brave J. Decker. But something, that figure or toy is gonna have to try super, super hard to beat him, because blows my expectations out. I really, really like him. So that's Maketoys Iron Will. That was a little bit of rambling. I don't know, just a little bit of rambling, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, conversation, whatever. But I really, really like it, and I would definitely suggest it. So, I think that's it. That is Maketoys Iron Will, Masterpiece Hardhead, and I'll see you next time.